Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing Deidara from Naruto. So we can only see his left eye, so it's pretty simple. He's a fringe coming down across the other one. So we'll start with his left one. So we just start with a curvy line just there, and then this points at the end and comes back around then. We've a pupil inside. I'm doing the pupil first because his pupil in the image I'm drawn from is pretty big. And then just a line around that for his iris. Just there. And then there's a line for his eyelid just above that. Comes across just like that. Joins a line that shows his brow just here. And then we'll just make this a bit thicker just on the end just to show some eyelashes just there. Then we can see his eyebrow just coming up underneath his headband, just in here. Real thin. And then the headband comes around from his fringe that's here. So we'll bring this around just like that. And then his fringe comes down across the headband. So it just comes about just down here, spikes back up, and then comes down real far. Right down towards where the hands would be. So we can leave it there. It comes down real far, about halfway to my page. So his head is up on the top portion, then his hands are down here. So we'll finish the headband. So it just comes back around and up. So like this way. Meets his hair just there. We can see his metal plate that's on his headband just in here. Curves around. You can see the bottom line of it. And then there's some of those details like the bolts that hold it on, the scratch mark that's across, and then some of his symbol that's of his village that's there. 2 boxes. Now so we can finish his hair. So we'll do the fringe that comes up and then down around here, and in there we can just add some hatching sort of lines like that. And then this will come around for the top of his head and come all the way down into his collar, and then the longer piece will come down here as well. And these don't touch because they go behind his hand. You could touch them and draw it over after if you're using pencil. I would say use pencil anyway, just because it's easier to erase mistakes. So we have his piece of hair that sticks up on top of his head. So he has this sort of, what would you call it? A bobbin or something that's holding his hair together. And it has lines on it like this, crisscross lines. Kind of like that. Another one maybe there. And then he has another piece of hair that's sticking up and comes around his head. So it just goes up this way, goes off the top of my page, and then it'll come back down around this side. And it has 3 spikes. So it comes down, spike, 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 and then stops about there for where his collar is. So we'll finish his face. He's a sideburn. Comes down from his headband, just there. And then he has his ear, well, no, the side of his face, sorry. So go the side of his face, curving down this way towards his collar. Just here. And then we can add just the top of that collar in, then comes across here. And then jump over his hair, finish it, and go around the back of his head. Now we can do his ear. Boom, just there. and then some of those lines that show the inside of the ear, just like that. And we'll add his mouth and then his nose. So we'll do his mouth first because he's got his tongue sticking out, so it's real big. So coming up from his collar, we just do the sides of his tongue, like that, the line in the middle. You can do maybe some hatching or something on that. And then his teeth go across the top of that, just there, and then go up both sides, and then go across for his top lip. And we'll just add a little bit of the inside of his mouth, so like a dark shadow just in here, just to show that his mouth is open just behind. And then we just have 2 lines for his nostrils. One, let's see, just here, and one beside it here. And you could add maybe some hatching wherever you think. Yeah, so then we have the front of his collar just comes down there, and then this goes around the back of his head then, and then this comes down here. So we'll do the hands, and then we'll join everything up together with his clothes. So hands, tricky. So we'll concentrate and we'll take it one finger at a time. How about that? So we'll start here. So we'll do his little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index goes off my page just there, and then his thumb down here. So from his hair, see here, we'll come up, go around, bring it down, down to there. Then we can do the other side, like that. And then the ring finger comes up this way, from the pinky, comes up that way. We have a little bump just for the top of his knuckle there, and then this curves up and around there. Bring it down. Little bumps on it will make him look more like realistic sort of fingers, just like that. Next finger comes up from there, comes up this way, have a little bump there, and then it'll come up and around. It's the middle finger, and then this will come down, around, come back in towards the middle of the hand, and then he has a ring on this last finger, so this comes in, meets the ring, curves around, kind of like a letter C, smaller line just in there, and then the top of the ring, just like that. And then his finger will keep going, goes off my page there. So we can do the palm of his hand then. So we'll go back over to the little finger, and we'll go down like that, and we'll bring it around. So the bottom of the hand has a bump that goes in, and then it curves down, and then it comes back in towards the thumb, and then the thumb goes off this way, curves around, comes back in here, and then comes back up towards the index finger. So we'll try and curve it up, comes back towards that index finger just there. Just little hatching lines. And then that mouth, those like his own mouth, is just, he has a tongue coming out of it, so it's like a similar sort of shape to this. So it curves around. Then we have that middle line for it. Teeth along the top. There. Another line above that. And then straight lines inside for teeth. And then we'll just do a bottom line that shows that the mouth is slightly open, just like that, and we can see some bottom teeth just here. And then you can make this darker with some hatching if you'd like it inside. So he's the lines for his palm of his hand just going across, and one maybe here, and then underneath this way. You could add a shadow, hatching lines underneath that tongue if you'd like. So that is one hand. This line comes in, goes underneath his clothes there. So the other hand is lower, so it's the little finger starts here. So if you went across, so line it up, so it's just where this little finger stops, just there. If you come across, it's about here underneath that collar. So let's go top of it like that first. Then this will come down, kind of like that. Then the inside will come down to there. And then we have his ring finger coming up. Sorry, it's called the ring finger, that one. Of course his ring is on his index finger, but curves around, comes back down, starts to travel down, and then curves in. Next one will start slightly above that, curve that way, and then this comes up diagonally. It can be bumpy, it'll sort of help because fingers are sort of bumpy if you look along that line. It doesn't have to be a straight line. And then it'll curve around and start to travel back down towards the middle of his hand and come in there for sort of those skin lines just on the bottom. Another one here I forgot actually. Now his index comes up this way and around, back down this way, and then comes down to his thumb, just like that side, comes down to his thumb, that curves around, comes down to the top of his thumb, and then this will start to come back up for those bumps that are on the bottom of his hand, just like here. So we'll bring it curving up, down, comes back around, curves down again, and back around, and starts to travel up this way then. Travels up there. Now, so he has another mouth in that hand. So tongue sticking out, curving there, curves back up. We have the teeth line that goes across the top, and then a line kind of just for the middle of that tongue. The line for the top of the teeth. Of course, if I go too fast, guys, pause the video, slow it down, and then the teeth in there. And we just can see some shadow just like in here, just for the inside of the mouth. We just hatch it, and then his palm lines again curve around just that way, and one that goes that way, maybe one under here, and then you could like hatch a little shadow just underneath that tongue. Now, so he's got that big Akatsuki cloak on, so just coming down from his hand just here, we're going to bring a line that shows the inside of his cloak, curves down all the way, and then comes back up towards the bottom of the hand, just up to there. And then this will travel up and meet his shoulder, which is just here, right? So his hands are real close to us, so all we can see is just folds for his clothes that's on the top of his arm. So like his arm is going into the cloak just here, so you could like make this hatch, you could hatch lines just to show a shadow, and maybe some just to show this is inside. Of course, if you were coloring, you just do that dark gray just in there, or like just darker than what's around it. So that's the inside, and then this will come back up and around here just for a fold, and then we have another fold on top and another one this way. See, and it comes then into his shoulder just here. So we can do something similar for this hand. So we've the cloak, comes around that hand, comes all the way down. So that's the inside. You can see some of his wrist, and you could add some hatching if you wanted. And then a shadow, another shadow, showing the inside of that cloak just there. And then this will come back up like that, and we can see, oh, his shoulder up here. So collar comes down, we can see his shoulder coming behind this finger, so it's like in here, and then it comes around there, and then maybe we can see a little bit of it here. His arm comes back down around underneath that arm. His arms are crossed. And then his body, then his cloak just folds for clothes, coming down this way, the front part, and some of those, maybe some of those white parts for the clouds that you can see on the Akatsuki's jacket. Some of these maybe bumps, kind of symbols that they have. And let's see, am I forgetting anything? Let me see. So, oh, his hair just under here. He's some hair coming down here. 2 lines, hatch some lines, and we can see just his jaw. His head is kind of tilted up a little bit, so just add a line there, and then a bit of hatching. Kind of make it look like he's smiling a bit more, maybe. Yeah, there he is, Deidara from Naruto. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Like, subscribe. See you in the next video.